Assalamualaikum. So we will continue with chapter 8, strategy generation and selection. So this is where the organization will plan their strategy, yeah, and then generate the strategy and select the most favorable or most feasible strategy to have an efficient outcome in their organization. So strategy analysis and choice largely involve making decision based on objective information. And this chapter introduces important concepts that can help strategists generate feasible alternatives, evaluate those alternatives, and choose specific course of action. So this is yang saya mentioned earlier tadi lah. Yeah? Okay, so we go to the strategy analysis and choice process. So this process or this systematic approach is the best way to avoid an organizational crisis. Yeah, so as we know, of course, any organization, especially large organization, will actually encounter all sorts of crises. Okay? So um, it's important to have this systematic approach. Yeah? Alternative strategies are derived from the firm's vision, mission, objectives, external audit, and internal audit that we have learned earlier, that we have learned before this. So we look at the strategy formulation analytical framework. So this is important, yeah, important strategy formulation techniques which can be integrated into three-stage decision-making framework. Yeah. So the first stage, yeah, or stage number one, consists of external factor evaluation, EFE, EFE matrix, yeah, and then the internal factor evaluation, IFE matrix, and the competitive profile matrix, CPM, yeah. So this is involves in stage number one, and this stage is also known as input stage, yeah. Stage number one summarizes the basic input information needed to formulate strategies. So this will give the input to the organization in order to formulate their strategies. And then stage number two, this stage is also called as matching stage. Yeah, matching stage focuses on generating feasible alternative strategies by aligning key external and internal factors. So now, this is the stage where we will align the internal and external factor simultaneously. So this stage number two techniques include strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat matrix. Yeah, we call it as SWOT matrix. And then the strategic position and action evaluation matrix, SPACE. Yeah, we call it as SPACE matrix. The Boston Consulting Group, we call it as BCG matrix. And the internal external matrix, IE. And lastly, the grand strategy matrix. So these are under stage number two. And lastly, stage number three, known as decision stage. Yeah, so this is the decision stage. Involves a single technique, the quantitative strategic planning matrix, QSPM. Okay, so this QSPM, yeah, uses input information from stage number one to objectively evaluate feasible alternative strategies, thus provide an objective basis for selecting specific strategies. Yeah, so this is the key strategy lah among all, stage number three. So these all 9 techniques, yeah, included in the strategy formulation analytical framework, which require the integration of intuition and also analysis. So there are 9 techniques, yeah, included in this formulation, strategy formulation. Okay. So next we will look at the SWOT analysis.